What's up, beautiful peeps? CB Jesus here in a very special edition in a top secret area of, let's just say we're in southern Georgia right now, surrounded by awesome people and cool surroundings. We had some cool birds hanging out with us.
Beautiful weather.
Let me introduce the man to the left, the legend, the myth. If you've ever heard about him, now you get to meet him. Indiana Sifuentes. Woohoo! Yeah.
Good to see you, hermano.
Yes, indeed.
Glad to be here.
Oh,
It's
finally.
good to see you. It's been a minute since we've been doing something.
Wow. Jeez. It's been over 2 years.
Yeah, we used to work together every day forever.
From like 2015 to 2019. Solid.
Yeah, wherever I showed up, he was there. And we always had a good time.
Man, we've been on so many shows together. I mean, like, I know that, like, the only reason I know this number is because during the first pandemic, right, we had an offer to be able to get grants during that time through the foundation. These actors, you know, that needed, it was awesome, right? And it was so cool that I had to go through all of my check stubs and get 5 to 7 years worth of
Documentation as an actor
to be able to
qualify.
But I was able to prove it in 3, even though I had to give them so much. So this is the only reason that I know that I was part of from 2013 until 2020.
7 years.
I've been in over 550 productions.
Wow.
Plus that now. You know,
Yeah.
that's
That was
wild.
back then, back when you did your survey.
Right. So, enough about me. Let's talk about Indiana. So, you guys know Indiana from The Walking Dead. He was a savior, like I was.
One of the OGs.
The OGs, baby. Yeah. That's right.
Saviors
OG
represent.
saviors. It's probably what this title of this thing's going to be. Indiana Sifuentes, OG saviors. That's a great title, right?
We met a lot of good people in that set.
So let's let the viewers know how you were able to land the savior gig. I mean, like, what was the process like?
So I was working the oil fields in 2014 to 2015.
That is a really
that's
difficult job.
In Texas. I was a roughneck out in the oil fields, and I was what's my title? Was tool pusher. Was my official title. Tool pusher, which meant I was in charge of the crew. I was in charge of our tools, what we needed to take, and how they were used, because not everybody in the crew knew how to use a variety of tools we had.
Yeah.
And those things are dangerous. It's very dangerous work.
Oh, it's like one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
Yeah, it was, back when I was doing it, it was a top 5, number 3, I think.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Right up there
People
with
died all the time.
Underwater welding.
Yes. And deep sea, North Sea fishing.
Oh yeah. Those
Yeah.
dudes that do the crabs.
Yeah.
That's ruthless.
Astronauts was 5th.
So you were out there in Texas?
Yeah, and I was making a shitload of money. I was having a good time. I just turned 40, and I was really incredible shape. I mean, because I'm a Mexican, and we work hard. We got jobs. Usually, we do have physical jobs, and so it didn't take me long to get shape in there, and you know, all the strongest guys were these little Mexicans with a big belly, running around, fucking skinny guys, but man, they were strong. Oh yeah,
And
it's all the
they
cerveza.
drink the beer and the cerveza.
And
All the cerveza, yeah.
I had always wanted to be on The Walking Dead, and I had already had a dream before come true in a career where I was a dancer, right? And I'll talk about that later, but
Yes, Indiana was a ballerina,
a dancer.
a dancer.
And at that time, I was starting to think about it, and I just had an energy about me that I needed to go, And one day, I quit my job. I packed up my truck. I was living in Midland.
Midland, Texas.
Everything that fit in the truck came with me.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, and I drove
It's a very, very
east.
long drive.
Yeah, I got on the 20 and I drove east. And I came out to Georgia, and I figured Georgia's a little state, you know. Compared to Texas, I can drive the whole fucking thing in a week, find where The Walking Dead are filming, and then talk them into getting me, you know, into production. I had no idea how shit worked, but I was gonna try.
And so, how'd you find out?
Well, I ended up staying at a place, sharing a house. We were both renting rooms with Sherry, and that's when I first met her. Sherry, who's now my wife, and she had some connects with. She had been an avid Walking Dead fan. She did stories that got published on The Walking Dead. She interviewed some of the actors for her magazine, what she was doing. And so she had some contacts. She reached out, and one of them told them that there was going to be an audition coming out for something. Keep an eye on it and how to submit. And we, you know, it came. It didn't say anything about The Walking Dead at all.
Of course not. It's a blind submission.
And I got picked.
Do you remember the title?
The Green Boots Crew.
The Green Boots Crew.
Like greenhorns is what I imagined, you know?
I do remember that title, but I also remember the subject, Big Mean Tough Look.
Yeah, they were looking for tough-looking guys, but you can't find tough-looking guys that aren't already tough because that's how they're tough-looking. So they kind of...
Yeah, basically...
They hired a bunch of...
Our Savior Brothers are a bunch of ex-military veterans.
And everybody's very free-spirited and independent.
Yeah.
We don't take crap from nobody.
Yeah.
I personally made a PA cry just because I stared at him. You know, I had a talk with him later, and he wisened up. He was just green.
Right.
Trying to order around men that could have him for breakfast, and that just wasn't happening. Yeah, it was a good crew. We all did our work hard, but it was hard to wrangle us.
Right.
What's going on?
Is that still going?
I think it's still going.
Hold on, I'm gonna double check.
I think the red button means that if you hit it, you'll stop it.
Sorry about that, folks. I can't see from that far away. I do apologize. And it is going.
Yes.
Okay.
So what they did is they hired all these guys that were tough and this and that, but they couldn't keep us. They couldn't hurt us like they do with most people. Because they'll treat, you know, a professor or a teacher or a fireman who's coming in as an extra, they'll treat him like garbage. Sometimes, too often. And people just take it because they're trying to do a job, but these PAs are green and they're under high pressure, and sometimes the meanness in them comes out, and they start looking at people like things to use instead of the people that they are. And so when they got a hold of all these saviors who were dependent and weren't going to listen to their shit, it was interesting.
It was very interesting.
It was fun.
Yeah, we controlled with what while we were on set, we controlled the atmosphere as much as we could, and we just had a blast with a lot of the principals. We became friends. We're all family now. It's called the Walking Dead family. It's a true thing. Once you get an email from the Walking Dead, yeah, it's it's the CIA of Hollywood.
It was beautiful for me back then because I had been a fan since day one, and I watched it with my dad.
Wow.
So my
So-
dad's very hard to bond with.
So let me ask you a question. When you first stepped foot on that first day of The Walking Dead, where were you on, like, season what? Were you caught
I was
up?
caught up. Yes, I was caught up. I was a huge fan. Huge fan.
Oh,
And
wow.
so,
I had to go back to some of the comic books.
did you?
I did research through the comic books.
Yeah, I've been watching the show since day one, and I was,
I was stuck in season 2, so I did research with the comic books because I was stuck in season 2 on television on Netflix, right? And I didn't. You like, cause like, I mean, okay, you're a hardcore fan. It's amazing. I wasn't. It's like two different polar opposites because I was so busy working, acting, and doing so much shit. I got stuck in Netflix on season 2 of The Walking Dead, for a long, long time. Then I went back
caught up.
after we filmed what we filmed the first time.
Yeah,
Like,
the season finale.
yeah, exactly. And then we rolled into that next. Okay, so we'll let you know this. I started on November 13th, I believe, was my first day. I did my own cool scene. You guys know what I did. If you're fans of the CB Jesus, if not, I was the dude with the AR-15 machine gun that walked out with 15 saviors behind me. I walked out and I shot off the warning shots. Indy had a different travel than what I had. Your first day was completely different than my first day.
But we had a blockade too.
Right.
But
You had a bigger blockade.
yeah, and
That's why they were called green boots.
then that was amazing to film. But before I get to that, the earlier point I had was that because I've been watching it with my dad, we had grown a bond through that, through the characters,
Yeah,
through
that's
the storyline. He and I had bonded a lot, so it was important for me back when I was in the oil fields thinking about, something that I dream. What dream do I have? And this was top of my bucket list. Well, second,
Right.
below having sex in outer space. That's still on top of my bucket list. But
Oh, that would be a fun time.
right.
That would be a blast, bro.
So I went for it, and
You end up in
within
Georgia.
within two
So did
months of being here,
Did Janelle reach out to you, or did Patrick reach out to you? Do you remember?
Patrick reached out to me, and it changed my life in beautiful ways. I've met so many fans that have become friends.
Oh yeah.
So many friends that have become family.
We love you, Walking Dead fans. You're the most loyal fans than any actor, any thespian, any creator, any artist that could ever wish for support us and loving us the way that you do.
Yeah, I have. I've gone on to do so much great things And before this, I did a lot of awesome things, a lot of entertainment. And yet, the most fans I have who stay on and who cheer me on, sometimes very loudly, are the Walking Dead fans. Out of all that, the majority of the fan base, and I love them.
They're truly incredible people because they're so loyal and they love us for who we are and what we brought to the table. So since The Walking Dead, you were on Godzilla,
Yes.
which that was pretty cool because you were in the scene.
I was a refugee with I think I was a helper.
Yeah,
And I had a helmet. I had my oil field hat, hard hat, but it's shaped like a cowboy hat because it was from Texas.
That's right. That's right.
And they freaking loved it. They wanted to rent it from me so when other people could use it. And I said, no, this comes with me. So they used me. And I ran through the crowd as she was coming through, I believe. Right? What's her name?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Stranger Things.
I made her cry in Stranger Things.
Congratulations on your marriage, Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, and your last film was amazing.
Now you are an official John Bon Jovi.
But yes, but her last film, did you see that?
Which one?
The one where she's a princess that doesn't need to be rescued?
You've already seen it. What'd you watch it on? Was it on Netflix?
I don't know. It's on something like that. Netflix.
What's it called?
I don't remember. I don't remember. We were just looking at it. It's really good. She's a princess
and there's a dragon
in need of
involved.
Rescue, and she doesn't need a prince to come rescue her. She's got her shit handled.
Yeah.
And it sounds corny, but it was really a fun movie to watch, and it's fun. It's beautiful to see her grow from a little girl to a full woman, and your acting has become so on point.
She was so fun to work with on Godzilla. I got to work with her for 6 weeks on and off throughout 3 months, and it was just incredible. She was awesome. We love you, Millie Bobby Brown.
Very professional. Chingona status.
Tremendously, man. Every step of the way. So tell us. So that was after the damage from Godzilla and King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Having it out in Boston, right?
We're in that evacuation center, I believe.
Okay, cool.
With all the FEMA tents and everything. The chopper. That lands with everybody.
I remember it lands. Yeah.
And we
with all the people.
Yeah.
All the main people.
That was cool.
The main stars.
That was a cool thing. Since I became an actor, I used to every now and then fly on a chopper for something, right? Back in the day when I was in Vegas and I had a little bit of money.
Right.
All the time, but since I became an actor, I see so many choppers on set, flying in, this and that, and the things that I do, including Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And it always reminds me of that Outer Limits thing.
Right.
That episode where the kids died, the chopper went down, all the actors died.
Wait, where was it? What was the atmosphere? What was it called? Do you know?
Outer Limits.
Outer Limits?
It was an episode of Outer Limits.
Okay, gotcha. Old school.
Oh, mid school. They're both old school. I think from the 80s.
What's the one from Josh Brolin recently? Isn't that the new Outer Limits?
Oh, I don't know. Then the middle limits.
On Netflix.
If there's a new one, then there's the one before that one.
There's a new one. There's a new one. Josh
Yeah,
Brolin.
scary. From what was it, Bad Boys 2, where he goes up in the chopper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that. It was cool where they did.
Wait. That was Bad Boys 3.
No. Because also with that was where they're chasing a car in their SUV,
Two?
and
Is that
underground.
the one that we filmed in Atlanta?
Well, I filmed both in Atlanta.
Okay, so you filmed
I don't remember
on the,
which is
you
the
filmed
third.
on the earlier one.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah. And they had the underground. They did it in Atlanta Underground.
So Indy's talking about Bad Boys. So he's part of the franchise. He's on 2 and 3. I'm on 3.
Well, I'm
Good
not
job,
part of the
Indy.
franchise, but
Well, yes, you are. If you're in the movie, that's what happens, man. Your face is in the franchise, so you're noticeable.
my face was noticeable. It's hard not to. It was great. There was the pillars, and they come to a wreck right in front of me. And there's a few of us that are around in that street corner, in that hole.
Right.
And I was the only one that decided to run to the right instead of everybody went to the left.
Right.
So I'd run down and I had a little piece hit right there. I'd hit it, and then wait a minute, and then we come back and reset.
Nice.
It was beautiful. And we did that scene for hours and hours. I almost ran out.
Holy cow, man.
It was great.
Hey, you know what? You know the story we should tell these guys?
Which one?
The really funny one that we almost got ran over by DJ and his mom in a golf cart walking across the walkway as prisoners. Fast 8. Remember when we broke for lunch that day? And we were walking back to our lunch table that was over there, and all we had to do was like wait because the crew had not gone through the line yet, and everybody was skitter-scattering because DJ had just finished, right? So he was already in the golf cart. And do you really not remember almost getting fucking hit by DJ?
No.
Oh my god. We had to walk, remember how they had the walkway? The walkway was risen because it was a track, right?
I don't even remember that. It's because I've done so many of these. And I've almost gotten hit by stuff in nearly a third of them.
He almost hit us in the golf cart, man.
Better than in the ass.
He stopped because his mom was like saying, DJ, you're gonna hit these guys. You're gonna hit these guys as fast as she could get them out. And then by that time he was already 20 feet on us, right? That's all we had left. And he looked finally at us, and he broke so fast. He came within like 4 feet of hitting us, maybe even 3 feet.
Sounds exciting.
It was exciting, but you almost had a heart attack because it scared you so badly because you weren't paying attention. Now I remember. That's right. You were looking all around instead of looking at
Near me.
the right towards. I mean, I understand how that can happen.
Was it at a convention?
No, it was at the break in between on set
Of what show?
of lunch. Fast and Furious 8
Fast and Furious 8.
as prisoners.
As prisoners. But
Yes.
we're doing stunt work over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't get paid stuff. Remember?
Yeah, they fucked us. That's okay.
It's okay. We got them. We got them back.
All of these are lessons that you have to learn. And if you don't learn them now, you're going to learn them later.
Learn this. If something happens to you on set, you need to speak up about it. You need to not
Don't trust.
Don't trust anybody. Don't bend the knee because you do have, even